Have I got Faye here?
Yes.
Very good. And now, your name, sir, is what exactly?
Golden.
Golden?
Yes.
Golden boy? Is it a bit like an homage to David Beckham? Do you have the balls to match the name? Well, why are you called Golden? What's specially golden about you, would you say?
My mother gave me that name.
Is that your first name?
Yeah.
Is it his first name?
Yeah.
Right. Well, it's a lovely name.
Thank you.
You're suing Golden effectively for a loan that you gave him some time ago. How long ago was it?
It was around May. So from May to July, I lent him the money.
I see. Now, you didn't just meet Golden somewhere, yes? And as I understand it, you were instantly attracted to Golden.
Yeah.
Now,
I
let's
was.
pause, because I get the impression from what you say that Golden is rather something of a ladies' man, am I right?
Yeah.
What was your first impression of him?
Well, he's very smooth, I thought.
Smooth in what sense?
yeah.
In the sense that he regularly moisturises?
Well, a bit of a smooth criminal.
Just
I think.
a what?
Bit of a smooth criminal.
A smooth criminal?
Yeah, but I'd say more criminal now, less smooth.
I see.
Yeah.
What was your opening line to Faye, Golden?
I commented on her eyes.
You commented on her eyes? What did you say? I don't know. They're like stars, they come out at night. What was it?
I told her that she had beautiful eyes.
You ladies' man. Did there come a time when you moved in with each other?
We didn't move in together, but we spent a lot of time together, so we was together a lot. Like.
And during that time, Golden, what were... Well, let me ask you, Faye, what did you understand Golden did for a living?
Well, he's into his music career, so he does producing, rapping.
Had you seen any of the output?
Yeah, I've heard some of his music.
Now, at some point, Faye, because there's a subject of this case, Golden asked to borrow money from you, correct?
Yeah, that's
How long
correct.
had you been together when he asked?
About nearly 8 months.
He asked you for £1,800 straight away?
Not straight away. We were talking about everything like his music career and moving forward with it. And he had he lost all his stuff, all his music stuff.
Well, let me get there. He asked to borrow £1,800. What were the circumstances in which you asked Faye for that money, please?
To rebuild my studio.
What had happened to your studio?
It got robbed.
Right, you say it got robbed. How long before you asked for this money did it get robbed? In other words, somebody had burglarised the studio?
It was a while before that.
How long?
Before that, probably, it was in February, earlier on.
And when did you ask for the money?
Later on.
What month was this, roughly?
It was May.
Right.
Of May.
So February comes, March, April.
It was the year before that I got robbed.
Good Lord,
Yeah.
even more extraordinary. 14 months.
Yeah, it was the year before.
Right, and you decide now you're going to rebuild your studio.
Yeah.
Now, in respect of this very important, very expensive equipment, presumably you were insured.
No.
Why not?
I just wasn't insured.
Well, you tell me this was the main focus of your work, how you were going to make your money. Did you not think it sensible to make sure that you're adequately covered?
It would have been a wise idea, but I didn't do that.
It was in the house, though, right?
Yes.
Good. So you got a crime number and everything. You reported it to the police.
Yes.
How much did you want to borrow from Faye?
1,800.
What was the 1,800 going to buy?
The 1,800 to get a computer, keyboard and samples to start off with.
Right, so you were going to provide the basic infrastructure
Yeah.
for him to rebuild his musical career. In respect of your musical career, how much money have you made as a result of your music?
My music career, I hadn't made anything apart
Just pause.
from...
Pause. Bearing in mind, this is important
Yeah.
to the basis of the claim here.
Yeah.
When I ask you how much money you've made in your music career, the answer is... Just said it.
Nothing.
Nothing.
I had another job as well, which was landscaping.
I'm getting that.
Yeah.
You're also a landscape gardener.
Yes.
So you're part landscape gardener, which is where the majority of the income comes from, and the rest is this hobby, making music.
Yes.
I understand, but it's a hobby. That's very different. He comes to you and asks for £1,800 for his hobby. What do you do, Faye?
Well, I lent him the money in good faith because...
Tell me about good faith. Did you have the money available?
Yeah.
Right. Did you give it to him straight away?
I gave it to him in instalments, but I gave £1,500 straight away, and then after that I gave him an additional £390.
No dispute about that, is there?
No.
Now, you took that money. What did you put in writing?
We didn't have any sort of contract or anything. I just wrote down how much he was borrowing and the dates, but we didn't have...
Did he sign that?
Didn't sign anything. But the thing is, when you're in a relationship with someone and you're in love, you don't think you need to do anything like that. I was in good faith that he would pay the money back, there'd be no problems.
I hear that
I know
view.
it's stupid of me, but...
Very good. I hear that view all the time in my court. I'm here to cure the general public of that perception. Do you understand? Love sometimes fades, but stupid is forever. That's what happens.
I know.
So, there's no dispute here, thankfully, that he took the money. What were the terms upon which he had to pay the money back?
So we agreed that he would pay back between £50 and £100 a month.
Did you believe he could afford that at the time?
Well, I thought it was reasonable, £50.
You might think it's reasonable, that's what you think, but if you lend somebody money in circumstances where you've no basis to believe they can afford to pay it back, it's not reasonable.
Well, I was...
Could you afford to pay that money back?
The landscaping work fell through.
What do you mean it fell through? What happened to the landscaping?
It came towards like, the end of the season and there was not much work coming through.
Well, you must have anticipated that. How long have you been a landscaper?
A few years on and off.
What do you mean? Well, how much on and how much off?
It was mostly summertime.
Of course it's mostly summertime. That's when people want their gardens done. What did they think they were going to call you for in the winter? Some charming person in the north of Scotland said, "Hello, can you make me an igloo?"
Yeah, well, that was the reason why.
Wasn't his brains, was it?
No.
No?
He's very smart in some ways. In others,
Right.
no.
For more Judge Rinder cases, click here. And if you've got a legal issue yourself, get in touch with us by clicking over here.